Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today, and today we're going to be looking at Nahkwol, the new unit that is coming out. She's coming out after the maintenance on the 27th, so very soon. She's also going to be coming with another artifact. It appears that she will not be a limited unit, just a regular unit, so you won't have to stress too much over if you can't pull her because she will be back in the future. But come on, her artwork looks amazing already. Definitely a great looking unit, so you definitely want to actually pull her just based on her looks if you guys are into the, like elf, like Japanese RPG style kind of artwork from like anime. So let's actually look at her stats very quickly. So you're going to see that she is a Fire Capricorn Ranger. Now, because her stats aren't actually listed on the website directly, let's look at Summertime Asaria, who is also a Capricorn Ranger. As you guys can see, her attack is pretty high. Her base speed is very high for a ranger at 115. Not the fastest, right? I think Lua is sitting at about 122, so she will be slower than Lua and will most likely get outsped by her. And she's also going to be sporting 30% effectiveness from Awakening. So you can see she's pretty decently fast. If you can actually go first with her, she's going to be very deadly if we actually look at her kit. Now looking at her skills. So her S1 Phantom Brush, it is a single target attack that would have a 75% chance to silence for one turn. After attacking, if the target is inflicted with silence, you'll decrease combat readiness by 20%. So on paper, this sounds very annoying alone because it's very similar to Angel of Light's S1. But if you think about it, if you pair her with like Ocean Breeze Luluka, even Angel of Light herself, like you're just going to be CR pushing over and over. Can you imagine a defense or like a team with this unit and also Angel of Light Angelica? Like they're going to be silencing so much. They're going to be basically CR pushing her team over and over. Because if we actually look at the rest of her kit, you're going to see that she's most likely going to be built on very high effectiveness, and she does get that 30% effectiveness from her Awakenings as well. So she's going to be a very annoying control unit, especially when you pair her with the fact that there are already a decent amount of units that have silence built into their kit that are pretty powerful. And 20% CR push is going to be super annoying. Even if you don't apply it by yourself, you have so many other sources to get that silence. So you can actually just S1 onto a target that already has a silence, and then you're getting CR push back anyways. I'm sure if you guys fight against Angel of Light Angelica a lot, which you guys probably do because she's so strong, you probably get very annoyed by the fact that her S1 is so strong because it has that built-in silence and that CR push. And then we have another unit with the pretty much exact same mechanic. Next, we have her S2, Forbidden Incantation. It is a single target seal before attacking and also give her speed buff for 2 turns. Seal is very powerful in the current meta, right? You can use this against like Edward Elric's. You can use this against Lionheart Cermia so they can't proc their S2. You can use this against anything with a very strong passive that is very annoying, like Lenses and stuff like that. And this is very strong because of the fact that, yeah, there's so many passives in the game on meta units that make them very powerful. Another good example is like ML Landy. If you actually seal ML Landy, she's going to be able to be crit. So very powerful against ML Landy as well. And the speed buff is very nice. And because you actually seal before attacking, right, you're actually going to seal before counters like Edward Elric's counter can actually go off. So yeah, very good. Next we have our S3. So S3, Spiritual Devouring. So you're going to see, let's look at the After Awakening because you're not going to use her until you awaken her, right? So it's an AoE attack that will strip all buffs, also inflict bind for 2 turns, and increase skill cooldowns by 1 turn, and you'll get an extra turn. So what bind is when it is not the bearer's turn. So if you're inflicted by bind, that enemy can only act on their own turn. So I'm pretty sure dual attacks won't work, counter attacks won't work, and stuff like that. Only on their own turn they can attack, right? And it is going to be dispellable if you or cleansable if you have a cleanser, but still a very powerful debuff because of the fact that this skill will actually increase skill cooldowns by 1 turn. So cleansers can't cleanse for 1 turn. And if you're thinking, why don't you just resist it? Well, there's a 20 soul burn that you can use to ignore effect resist. So we have another really broken ignore effect resist mechanic in the game because this S3 is so powerful. It's very similar to Lua, which will strip 1 buff, right? And increase skill cooldowns by 1 turn and give, Beguile. But this one will actually give bind for 2 turns and strip all buffs. So this might be better in more situations than not. And I think it's going to be very powerful comparative to Lua. And we already know how OP Lua is. She had like a 90%, 80% win rate in the Epic 7 World Championship, which is insane. I think the second highest was at like 60 something, like the early 60s. So pretty powerful. And the fact that you get this extra turn, you can actually just use your S2 on like an ML Landy, or an Edward Elric, or Lionheart Cermia, all of which are very common in the meta. And it won't even be able to be cleansed off because if you soul burn your S3, you'll increase the skill cooldowns of those cleansers. So yeah, very toxic unit as you guys can see. I think they wanted to make her very strong because of her artwork being very strong. They want to sell a lot of summons here, but I think they did a good job in achieving their goal because one, her artwork looks amazing, and two, her kit for PvP looks insane. I think she's going to be extremely broken if she doesn't get nerfed, which she probably won't because they invested a lot into her artwork and design, so I'm pretty sure she won't get nerfed. Pretty sure she'll be on the same level of Lua in terms of brokenness in PvP, and Lua is probably the best unit in PvP in the game, so she might be the new #1, but if not, she's going to be definitely top 3, top 5, 100% because her kit looks insane. Also, if you think about it, right, the counters to Lua were like Celine and stuff like that, and like Lilius, because with the non-attack skill, you can actually use Ancient Dragon Legacy to actually reset the cooldowns that you previously resetted. But if you look at her S3 and her S2, they're all attack skills. She doesn't have any non-attack skills, so yeah, you can't even counter this with like non-attack skill activations like Politis and stuff like that, and like I mentioned before, Fire Lilius and the Artifact, and also Green Celine, because of the fact that, yeah, she has no non-attack skills. And if you're thinking about, oh, well, the counter to that is just counter-attacking, well, no, because she has Bind, which will prevent counterattack. So basically, what it looks like is the only way to stop her is by outspeeding her and shutting her down. But there's only a select few units that can use that, or do that, because she's a ranger, right? And because she's a ranger, she can hold Guiding Light, she can have that stealth, so yeah, not a lot of counterplay from what it looks like. So now let's look at her artifact here. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to kind of scroll in. And the quality is probably bad because it's a scrolled in picture, but it's probably better than before. Basically, ranger exclusive artifact. You can see after attacking, you have a 50% chance at max rank to decrease defense of the target for 1 turn. There's no cooldown on this. This will work for AoE attacks. And this effect cannot be activated by counterattacks, dual attacks, or extra attacks. This is going to be very good on rangers that have a lot of AoE, right? So you can use this on like SSB. If you want to use her as a dedicated defense breaker, you can use this on like Landy. Even people were saying Blue Yuna might be very good with this. Yeah, pretty powerful. It can be very good with her kit as well on her S3. But honestly, I think Guiding Light is going to be way better because if you don't have Guiding Light on her, she can actually die to openers such as Zio, Assassin, Sid, and stuff like that. So you definitely want to run her on Guiding Light because her kit is so strong, similar to Lua. But you could still use this on her if you don't have Guiding Light, and this will be very good on probably a lot of rangers that have a lot of AoE that are more supporty. You can use this also on probably like Green Leica, right? If you use her as an opener, because yeah, it'll give her that chance to defense break on this artifact as well. So yeah, overall guys, I'm happy that she's gonna be very good, and because her design is very good, right? I kind of want it to be good. Like, who wants a beautiful looking unit to sit on the bench, like MLK Ron and stuff like that? And like ML Rwana. I guess ML Rwana is like pretty good though still for cleavers, but for standard players, right, she's not that great. But this unit is going to be broken for pretty much everyone. Cleavers, turn 2 players, aggro players alike. And if you don't have a way to actually speed contest her, similar to how Lua works, you're going to be in a bad spot, especially for RTA. Because if you think about it, we only have 2 pre-bans still in RTA. So if you're banning Lua because you can't outspeed her and you're getting destroyed by her, well, you're probably going to ban this unit too because she has less counterplay. The only counterplay that she has is outspeeding her, honestly, because her base speed is lower than Lua. But looking at her skills, she has less counterplay because of the seal, the bind, and because she has no non-attack skills. And she still has that very annoying skill turn cooldown increase, and also the fact that she can soul burn to ignore effect resist. So yeah, sounds pretty fun to play against. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this unit down below. I think she's going to be super powerful. You definitely want to pull for her from what it looks like. And her artifact, it looks very good as well. You definitely want to buy it as well, even though they're not limited. I think this is a very good banner to pull on. For dupes and stuff like that, it's really up to you. I think this unit will probably have effectiveness awakening, right, for herself. So it is very good, but not necessary. And her artifact will have a higher chance of defense break at higher ranks. So it's really up to you if you have a specific use for this. If this artifact ends up being very broken, you most likely will want to get multiple copies. But honestly, it looks like at rank 1, this will go up to 37.5% chance defense break, which is still pretty good. Although obviously won't be as good as 50%. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and as always, make sure you like and consider subscribing to see more videos like this.